when you go and take out a girl on a first date, you don't take them out to the movies because you go and watch a movie. You're gonna be there for 2 hours, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours. You're really not gonna get to know the person. It's just gonna be, just watching the movie. You guys are not gonna be talking during the movie, so there's really no time getting to know somebody.
Rudy, where were you before I dated Shirley?
Our first date was a movie.
I did exactly the opposite, man. We should have met each other before.
Sometimes it works, but I used I don't want to say trick. The trick was to bring a woman to somewhere where it gets her heart racing. It gets that person excited. It gets her so I
told you tip secrets.
Bringing her to Dave and Buster's, it got her heart rate up a little bit. It got her excited. So all those emotions at the end of the day, those games caused, she may feel that it was me that got her all tingly, but in all actuality, it was
it was all the stimulus from all the lights from the games.
It was the atmosphere.
Hey, Rudy's Doctor Strange.
It was the atmosphere. It was the adrenaline at the end of the night.
No.
It's all mixed together.
Muy buena mañana, buenas tardes, buenas noches a todos los que nos están viendo ahora mismo por Vamos a Hablar. Para nosotros siempre es un placer que estés con nosotros aquí. Gracias primeramente a todos los suscriptores, a todas nuestras familias en el internet, en Facebook, en Twitter, en Instagram y en todos los lados. Gracias por compartir nuestro contenido. Para nosotros es un placer que estés aquí con nosotros. Y hoy tenemos invitados especiales. Tengo a mi esposa, Shirley.
Hello.
Y tenemos otros invitados más. Pero hoy vamos a hablar. No es vamos a hablar. Es let's talk.
In English.
Let's talk. We're gonna do it in English.
Yes.
Vamos a hacerlo en inglés. De vez en cuando tenemos nuestras sesiones en inglés. Y como ven, tenemos a... we have Rudy and Tiffany Love.
What's up, guys?
Hello,
Welcome.
hello.
Thank you so much, guys, for being here with us. It's such a pleasure. We were looking forward to this. It's been over a month in the making. We're trying to find the right time. You guys with the twins, find a sitter for Naomi, all the good stuff. We're gonna find out a little bit more about your life and how's the life of the love now with the twins in the midst. I see Matthew there trying to say something, so we're gonna give him the word later on. But how are you guys doing?
We're good. A little bit of tired, but we're doing.
Tired? Why?
It's been a long week.
If you guys don't know, that the beautiful lady next to me is my wife.
I think they do because you introduced me as your wife.
I just need to emphasize that. That's my wife, beautiful wife. I got lucky.
Yes, he did.
I'm blessed beyond blessings.
Amen.
Oh my Jesus. And once again, thank you for being here in Vamos a Hablar. So guys, out there are many couples. There are many single people trying to get, to the stage that we've been blessed to get, which is getting married. There are people that are dating. There are people that are looking for somebody to date. There are people that they have not gotten lucky and it's not working out for them. So today I just want to be sure that we can go through your process, see what works or what worked for you guys and for us as well. And maybe people can have some takeaways from that as to how to learn from our mistakes if we made mistakes, how to learn from the things that we've learn from our experience, and maybe they can avoid a few things down the road. I certainly did my fair amount of mistakes, and just have a conversation about life and about how things are going and catching up with the loves. Catching up with the loves.
Man, that is an interesting topic, especially in a time like this.
Yeah, how do you date during COVID?
I know that is the toughest time.
Do you tell the people get tested first? Let me see your test. Let's show that we're both negative.
Oh boy.
How long ago did you test for COVID?
Yeah, I think it's really a tough time to be getting to know each other. Well, getting to know somebody during these times, but it's not impossible. It's still not impossible.
It's not impossible.
No.
You just have to go regularly to a testing site
I think
and just be ready. Hey, it's 3 days ago. It's still valid. I'm COVID free.
definitely getting tested is really important today because you never know who's carrying any kind of things. But yeah, it's not impossible to meeting somebody, connecting with somebody, getting into a friendship with somebody, and seeing what's up for their future.
Yeah. Baby, why don't you kick us off and let's go right into the deep subjects.
Womp, womp, womp. Wait, I could have used the button.
Oh my god.
All right, so we're gonna start off with how you guys met.
You wanna? She always has her
We
own
both have
story.
our own version.
I have
Okay.
my version. She has her version. but-
So let me start because mine is the real one.
Oh my god.
So I went to a church service to sing, and apparently Rudy saw me or something, and Rudy texted me on Facebook, and he was like, "Oh, that was amazing. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. Blah 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 blah." Right? And I'm like, "Oh, thanks. Whatever." We talked for a little bit, and then we stopped. And then we saw each other a month later at another event, and then he actually talked to me in person, and then we stopped. Then a month later, for his birthday, I actually texted him. Which I was like, "Oh, happy birthday!" It was for his birthday. Blah 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 blah. And
Buena
then from
cosa
there,
esa.
yeah, right. And then from there, we never stopped talking.
I see now. Clearly.
Almost 5 years later.
Yeah, you continue talking. You're still talking.
Oh yeah,
You talk a lot.
yeah. So
that's my
basically,
version.
What's Rudy's version?
So basically, yeah. During that time, I was single. I was looking. I had my eye open. I was single for a very, very long time, waiting for the right person to pop up, so to say, fall from the sky. And when I saw her, I said, "Wow, look at this beautiful woman, the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." And she just caught my eye. That's how I was feeling.
Aww.
And when I saw her, being a Christian man is not, it's kind of different. You don't just go approaching and just without knowing anything. So I just found out her name, found out her Facebook. I checked her out for a little bit to see.
Full stalker mode.
Yeah, I went on that little stalker mode to find out what was she about. And I just friend requested her. She accepted the friend request.
I did.
She started liking all my pictures. So I said,
did
"Wait,
not.
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You liked it a lot."
It was a clear message that she liked something about you.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I text her. Then I just stopped because I was like, you know what? I was kind of waiting for a God moment. I'm waiting for God to, and I just stopped. I stopped texting her. It was 3 weeks, and I just got a text out of nowhere one night on my birthday. And from then we just started talking. And I asked her out on a date. Yeah. And then we just kept dating and dating and dating.
And they got married.
Yeah.
And then baby.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god. Okay. That was that two different versions completely.
Yeah, but
Completely.
definitely social media. As I said earlier, social media it helped me out a lot.
Okay. How and you have to get later on that give some tips to people how to keep that balance between stockish and strategic Facebook approach
Definitely,
to a girl,
Definitely,
you definitely want to keep the balance and not look like a crip.
definitely.
Who asked who out first, and where was your first date?
Want to answer that?
Rudy asked me out on a date, and we went to Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's.
See?
Okay.
Public. I like
Okay.
Safe in public. That's what I was looking for.
that. There's security guards around. That's good. That's good.
The mall.
Okay. What? How did that go?
Well, it was interesting. I was very nervous. I was going out with a complete stranger. I only ate fries. That's what I remember. He was like, "You're not gonna eat anything," and he was stuffing his face with a burger, and I was like, "Damn, I'm so hungry," but I'm only gonna eat fries because you can't eat for another guy on the first date.
Why?
I don't know why.
Why?
Get her hands dirty.
I eat. I
Oh,
eat.
she ate.
I ate the next time.
No, my wife ate on the first one.
You guys knew each other.
Well, that's true.
I didn't know him.
Okay, that's true. Okay, and what did you guys do at Dave and Buster other than eating?
We played all the games.
We played games.
Do you let her win every time?
No.
But
So-
I did win him a few times.
So, quick advice to the guys watching this and you're single. I read somewhere that, I'm just going to say it anyway. When you go and take out a girl on a first date, you don't take them out to the movies because you go and watch a movie, you're going to be there for 2 hours, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours. You're really not going to get to know the person. It's just going to be, just watching the movie. You guys are not going to be talking during the movie, so there's really no time getting to know somebody.
Rudy, where were you before I dated Charlie?
Our first date was a movie.
I did exactly the opposite, man. We should have met each other before.
I mean, sometimes it works, but I used I don't want to say trick. The trick was to bring a woman to somewhere where it gets her heart racing. It gets that person excited. It gets her so I
told you tip secrets.
Bringing her to Dave and Buster's, it got her heart rate up a little bit. It got her excited. So all those emotions at the end of the day, those games caused, she may feel that it was me that got her all tingly, but in all actuality, it was
It was all the stimulus from all the lights from the games.
It was the atmosphere.
Hey, Rudy's Doctor Strange.
It was the atmosphere. It was the adrenaline at the end of the night.
No.
It's all mixed together.
He's not Doctor Strange. He's Doctor Love.
Dr. Love.
No more Mr. Love. He's Dr. Love.
Yo, I see Emmanuel behind cameras. He's like, okay. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
But definitely, guys, don't take her out anywhere boring. Always, you want to get to know that person. And especially it's for you too, man. Just because you like the girl, you got to see if the girl's fit for you. You want to find out, the conversation. You want to see if it's good for you as well.
What's your take on bowling, guys?
Bowling is good as well. Definitely.
Doable?
Definitely.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what works for me.
I'm gonna let you do the second question.
Okay. The second question, you asked like 3 of them at once.
Yeah. How long?
Oh, my fault. I closed your phone. So, how long did you guys date before getting married?
18 months.
Yeah, about.
Or the proposal. We was dating for a year.
He proposed like a year and 2 months, and then we got married like 5 months after that.
Jeez. No, but hold up. If I don't, because in case you guys don't know, but we've known Tiffany for a while. I mean, I met Tiffany when she was 12, and now she's a mom with three kids and an amazing mom, but just still like
sometimes,
yeah, but I am told that after a few dates, it wasn't long until you were like, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend. And
oh, so that's what you're asking. Hey, I got you because I remember all the dates. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Our first date was April 1st.
Okay.
On April Fool's. And he asked me to be his girlfriend on April 17th. So about 2 weeks.
And you said yes in the span of the 2 weeks.
I guess it was all the manipulation and the stimulation.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And he took me to the hibachi.
So good.
He got you good
Rolled
there.
out the red carpet.
You wanna know? Okay, we're walking back to the car.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, hold on, wait there. We're not in the car yet. And he's going to the trunk. I'm like, oh, God, he's going to kill me. And he grabs some flowers out his trunk, and he's like, you want to be my girlfriend? I
Oh
was
my.
like, I'm going to say no to that in the hibachi
my
parking lot.
God.
Like, come on. That's
So did the first kiss happen there too, or before that?
Was it before or after? I think it was, it was before.
What do you mean by way before? Like Dave and Buster's before? Like first day before?
No. Probably like a week after.
It was like a week after. It was really hard to get that first kiss.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to let him.
You worked hard for that one, huh?
He did.
It was like
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, it was tough.
So April 17th, he asked you with flowers and everything, do you want to be my girlfriend? And then after that, how long before the proposal?
A year
And 2
3
months.
months. 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
How was the proposal?
So I was going to DR on a trip,
Yeah.
and Rudy kept saying like months before, but it never like clicked. He was like, "You're not going on vacation without being engaged. You're not going on vacation without being engaged." Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But still, I was leaving, and there was no ring, so I'm like, he was just messing with me. So we live here, in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I was leaving from New York, and we said our goodbye. And then the morning I left to New York, and I'm at the airport at the security gate already, where they don't let other people go. Mm-hmm. So I'm in line, and I just feel someone tap me.
By the way, that's Manuel.
Cameraman.
Hey there, guys.
So I'm in the line, and I hear someone goes like this to me. Ooh. And I'm like, oh my God, like what happened? And I just see his face, and I'm like, what are you doing here? And I'm just thinking, because Rudy was very spontaneous our whole relationship.
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking anything of it. And I'm like, oh, what are you here for? And I get out of the security line, and they're like, you can't do that. They're yelling at me. And then I'm like, I'm sorry, whatever. So he's talking to me, and I'm like, what are you doing here? I still don't know anything. Until he made this look in his face, and I'm like, oh my God, he's about to propose to me. And he proposed.
And you also say yes.
I said yes. There was people in army suits clapping in the back. It was
Oh my God.
Shout out to the military.
So how were you able to not think about that during your vacation?
Oh no, I spent the whole plane ride like this. Oh my God. It's so pretty. The whole 3 hours.
Oh my God. That's crazy. No, you know what I find funny? That we both proposed in at the airport.
Oh yeah. I saw
We were.
Our stories are very similar.
That's just crazy.
But our lives are so different.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying no, but I hope not twins in our case. But hey,
I
want twins.
Oh,
Jesus. God bless you.
okay, that's easy.
Thank you.
That's easy. At the end of the video, you guys have to pray for us, so you impart on us the anointing of twins. Oh my God! But yeah, the only difference is Rudy brought the ring to you. I may surely bring her own ring from the DR.
Really? He did.
And she didn't know.
So quick little story there. He paid. It's funny because we both went to DR.
Yeah.
So he pays because I'm like, I really want to travel.
my
I
God,
really want
that's
to travel.
He paid too.
Oh my
And
God.
and I was like, can you please buy me this trip? Mind you, I didn't ask my parents. I'm very close with my parents. And he was like, yeah, okay, no problem. He pays for the trip. I go on the trip. I stay with his mom, whatever. And his mom, shout out to my mother-in-law. You are the best. I
Mami,
love
que
you.
lo que. She watches faithfully.
She does. I love you.
Yeah.
And I love her, but since he's an only son, she loves him with so much extra love.
Are you trying to say my mama's boy?
You are a mama's boy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pretend this is the gift, right? She wraps the ring. She puts the ring in a cup, in a box. And so she's like, I need you to take this to my son. My son. And I'm like, okay. Like, and when I get to the room that I'm staying in, I'm like this. What is that? What is that? What is it? And nothing was shaking. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I almost opened the box.
Oh my god.
But they actually wrapped it. And I'm like, if I tear it a little bit, he's going to see it. And I don't like.
I told my mom, you have to wrap it because otherwise
You know her.
she's going to open it. There's no way she's not going to find out if you don't wrap it as a gift.
Because apparently the trick was going to be to wrap the ring in a shirt. I was going to find it like this.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, and it's funny because I feel like God has a divine purpose when it comes to proposals.
I believe so too.
Because at the airport security, like, you know, when you're putting your luggage in and they're checking it, I was this close to asking the person, hey, can you see what's in that box?
That would have been bad. Because if you don't know what's in your own luggage, that would have been bad.
Oh my god, that would have been really
That would
bad.
have been really bad. So then whatever, fast forward, I get back to Rhode Island. He sees me, whatever, and he's like, hey, can I get the gift from my mom? And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm tired. I took 3 planes. I want to go home. I want to see my own mom. Like, can we please go? Please. I give him the thing. He goes, I got to use the bathroom. And I'm like,
Oh my god, I remember that.
De una vez.
Yeah.
and he just left. And
I
I'm like,
disappear.
I'm like, okay. And I'm like, is Lewis here? Because shout out to Lewis, whatever camera I'm looking at. Lewis, what's up? And he was like, yeah, Lewis is outside. And I'm like, okay. So I start walking. Tring. I hear my friend Gabo, also shout out to you, and Tiffany, who was also there. Basically, they proposed to me at the airport, and he got the ring, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
The whole time.
You brought your own rings. Mind you, you were not present for the other part. The Tiffany, Julia making the signs, the Pamela looking for the examples online. Them telling me like, what are you going to wear, bro? Like,
We took him to Old Navy.
Yeah.
We shopped for
Oh
him.
my
they
God.
picked the outfit and
Yes.
everything because they were like, you cannot just go to
Yeah, no.
to Shirley, like just
We
whatever.
told him, make sure she has her nails done. Make sure this. We got you.
Dude, and that was funny because when I got to DR, I got my nails done. And you know, well, Tiff knows, you get your nails done every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was only in DR for a week. So at the end of the trip, his cousin's like, we need to go back to the nail salon. And I'm like,
What do you
why? My
mean?
nails are fine. No, you got to redo your nails. And I'm like, but why?
Did you think anything?
No, I
Not
was
at
like,
one
what?
moment, nothing.
Not at all. Honestly,
Yes.
I mean, she's in the R. What's she gonna think?
if my mother were here, she would tell you. Because again, I had to take 3 flights. It was connecting flights. On my
3
last
flights.
3
Jesus.
flights. And you know, you got to save the money. But
That's all I could afford at the time. I was
No,
broke.
We've been there.
I bought that flight out of love.
yeah. So I'm literally I'm about to board my last flight, and I call my mom, and I'm like, Mommy, I'm so nauseous. I can't do this. I'm staying here. I'm gonna get a hotel. She goes, my love, no. Ask the flight attendant for some crackers. They have to have something for you. You're not the only person that gets air sick. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go. I feel like throwing up. And she's like, no, you can do it. I'm like, okay. So I'm walking on the plane, and I'm like, but I almost didn't show up. And there were a lot of people waiting for me at the airport.
Almost like
long
40
time.
people.
Really?
It was, no.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people in the back.
All of our Amway friends. All
All
of
you
the,
could see was him, but
Yeah.
there was a lot in the
I
background.
mean, I saw them after. Yeah,
Yeah.
there were a lot of people. Shout out
Almost-
to everybody, man.
almost like 40 people.
That's one of my favorite memories.
and Bruno was singing pretty loud for us.
Yeah.
too.
Bruno was singing. Gabby was crying.
Gabby was
He
crying.
he
while was playing
swears
guitar.
he wasn't crying. He swears he wasn't crying, but he was definitely crying.
Gabby, I'm sorry for putting you on the spot.
So loves, who said I love you first?
Rudy.
Probably me.
It was definitely you.
Do you remember how, when?
Probably like within a month. And she
It was
looking at
within a
me like,
month.
That's better than me.
So we were on the
Yeah,
phone.
I got a story. You want to hear that story?
I did everything awake.
Okay. So, first date, we go to the movies, whatever. We're downstairs. He asked me out to be his girlfriend, whatever. I said yes.
But don't put me on the spot like that.
Put you on the spot.
I want to know.
So we're okay. So I'm that type of person. I'm like, okay, what are the rules, right? So he was like, I don't want us to go into this too fast. I want us to take our time. So
Yeah.
I don't want us.
I love you.
Listen, exactly. This is it. He goes. Tony's like, listen, I don't want you to say I love you until you really mean it. And I'm like, okay. He goes, and I'm gonna do the same. A week goes by. I love you. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you told me to wait.
Hey,
I couldn't
we got
wait.
married. I'm just saying.
You're welcome.
So our story, I was I was in the process of moving out of my dorm room, and we're on the phone. It's really late on the phone, and I had to be in the bathroom because my roommate hated when I was on the phone. And
That's awkward.
we're talking and
I remember that.
talking and talking and talking. I'm sitting on the sink, and he's like, something. I love you, and I was like, okay.
She was like,
You didn't
"What?"
say I love you back?
No.
No.
She's like, don't say that.
I said,
You
don't say
believe
that.
it.
Yeah,
You
I said,
you
don't
mean
say
it.
that until you mean it. And if you're saying it and you mean it, I'm not going to say it until I mean it. That's what I told him.
I was like,
And I didn't
yo.
say it for a
What?
few weeks.
Way to go, Tiff.
Yeah.
Damn.
And he would keep saying, I love
sis.
you. And I'd be, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's great.
I'll let you know when I love you.
I
Wow.
was like, yo,
How did that hit your ego, bro?
bro, like, that was bad.
But I also think that made it kind of interesting for you know, like trying to get there to get that I love you back. No.
Yeah, definitely. I like a challenge. Usually men like challenges, so this was a challenge for me. But once I overcame it, I was like, it was very, very good.
Yeah.
I felt very good hearing that.
Okay, now we're gonna get to the more spicy questions. Ready? If they did, how many people in your circles were like, guys, you're not good for each other?
Everybody.
Yeah.
How was that? How was battling with that?
It was really bad. Our age difference was one. How much years I got? 8 years over you?
7 years.
I have like 7 years over
that's
her.
nothing.
Yeah, and
At the time I was 18.
Oh yeah, that's something.
He was
was a baby.
26.
I
Yeah.
was 26
Yeah.
or 24.
You were 26.
I was
25 and you had just turned 26 when we started talking.
Yeah.
Matthew doesn't like the
Matthew
story.
wants to go to sleep.
So at the time, even like people from my church circle, my old church, it was kind of like, she's too young. She's not on your level. You look better than her. Like,
Really? To that point?
Yeah.
Yes. It was
Wow.
like, what are you doing with her? And I would tell her that, and they didn't understand I wasn't looking for somebody. And for me, she is beautiful. But I wasn't looking for just beauty, because beauty fades one day. I was looking for somebody that had personality. So one thing I've learned in life is that when you're looking to date somebody, don't just look at them for what they have, how they dress, their physical, but look at their personality, because that's what's gonna last longer than physical. Yeah.
Good
true.
stuff. How about on your side? Yeah, that's very good. So,
So I don't know how much whoever's watching, how much you know about Rudy's background. Long story short, he was in jail. He did some stuff. He got out. God saved him. Now he's a great man. So my brother apparently knew Rudy from the streets
oh snap!
back in the day.
It was bad.
So
Oh snap!
I think I had I had to convince my mom to let me date him, number one. So once I had convinced my mom, I received a phone call from my brother who lived in New York. And he's like, I answered the phone, hello. What are you doing with Rudy? He's from the streets. You can't date him. I know Rudy from back in the day. And I was like, you know the old Rudy. You don't know the Rudy now. Like, meet him and then, So it was a process with my family. Like, everyone had to meet him. They had to have conversations with him. My other brother told him,
Threatened
I know
you.
jujitsu.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
So Rudy got a few threats from my family. My friends weren't too fond of him. They thought he was too holy, apparently.
Well, we in Vamo Habla, so we have to be honest here.
Yeah,
I was
let's
not.
talk.
I was not a fan.
Yeah.
I was not a fan at all. I don't know. Before you just gave me this vibe that you knew it all, that you was
Yeah.
that you were all
Yeah.
that. You were so have the ultimate revelation. I'm the best preacher in the world.
Yeah.
So I mean, now it's different. It would definitely have a good friendship, a good relationship. But bro, back then, jeez,
It was rough.
did it take some time? So
These four right here, it took some time.
oh my god! And we had some drama back in the day.
Yeah, we did.
We had a few meetings too.
was in a hot seat.
Yeah.
Dude.
When I look I can only laugh, man. I was one of them. I was like, well, if he makes her happy, that's all we can do. We just have to support her. And
You don't know how many. If he makes you happy, I heard
yeah,
so many.
yeah. So and I can tell you for a fact, everybody bet against this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is not gonna work out. There's no way they're gonna make it out. Like
Yep.
everybody bet against this. So
But we're glad you guys proved us wrong.
yeah.
Definitely.
And God always prevails. I mean,
Amen.
that's the thing. We sometimes think that we know how God's will looks like, and we don't know. We don't know. We can have an idea what we think, because we were basing our stuff on our experience, right? But when God wants something to happen, it happens.
Correct.
Clearly.
Yeah, definitely.
No way.
Clearly. So, how many years now married?
Married. We just made 3 years in November. Married.
Nice.
And then together was
And together, since he asked me to be his girlfriend, will be 5 years in April.
That's
5 years. It went like
that's
so
a few
fast.
times. That's a long time. That's a long time.
5 years.
So I want to ask if there was anything that you guys found out or were surprised to find out after you guys got married.
You can go first.
Were the things that surprised you, like, oh, it looked all cute when we were dating, but now it's like, she's like that.
Why you can't say he's like that?
Because
You said him
he's
to go
talking
first.
he's talking
you're right.
first.
That's a good one. Off the top, wow, so much things.
We asked for one.
She does not like. She doesn't like when she's just like an alone sleeper. She doesn't like being touched when she's sleeping.
Legit?
She is not a morning person.
No
at all.
cuddler, no cuddle, no nothing.
Cuddle, just get away
No.
from me. Like literally every single night of our relationship, it's been we sleep.
No, I ask you to cuddle sometimes.
Maybe like out of
Sometimes.
I can count with my hands how much times we like literally cuddled to sleep together. And that's like, yeah, she's not a morning person at all.
Oh my god. Well, now she kind of has to be, huh?
Yeah.
He kind of does the last feeding before he leaves.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Okay. That's
was
that's teamwork.
it's kind of tough for me, but I got used to it with
Mm-hmm.
time. And I just let her be. That's always gonna be her.
That things that
I
they're
like my
not going to
sleep.
change.
Yeah.
Plus, no, I gotta add a little bit because Rudy goes to sleep like at 9. Okay, I don't go to sleep till like 12. So when I'm waking up, he's been up for 3 hours. The 3 hours that he slept more than me. So it's not that we have a different sleep schedule. It's not that I sleep more.
You do sleep more.
You
Even
should
if
be
we
a
slept-
lawyer. You should be a lawyer.
Even if we slept
Listen.
long.
I rest my case.
How about you, Tiff? Anything that you were like, it looked all cute while engaged dating, and now it's like, what?
Honestly, like he said, there's so much. I don't know. I can't think of anything. There's too much in my head.
I know, right? It was just like a blank.
Rudy has really bad habits. Really bad habits.
Okay.
In cleanliness.
Okay.
Cleanliness.
Not like cleanliness like he throws food everywhere and stuff like that, but like he has this one thing that just boils my blood. And what's
Okay.
that? And that is that whenever he takes off his clothes, he just leaves it in the spot where he took off his clothes. It doesn't matter if it's next to the hamper that he takes off his clothes, next to the door, anything. It's just I'm always picking up his clothes. And yeah.
Yeah, that.
And when
that bugs
we were
out.
dating, he was super, always dressed up real nice and smelling real good and all this and all that. And it's like, bro,
Hey, that's
What
marketing.
happened?
That's part of the marketing right there. I'm just being honest. That's marketing right there. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, how about you, babe? What were things about me that you were like, what? What? After we got married.
Well, I knew that he snored,
I didn't know Ruby snored.
but I didn't know that he snored so loud.
Jeez.
I can tell you for a fact, like, and I shared it with him the first night. Apparently, I snore too. Okay, whatever.
She does.
I'll throw myself under the bus first. But like that first night in the hotel room, he's like, and I'm like, I can't sleep. I'm tired. And then he wakes up. How you doing? Like, that was a good night. And I'm like, let's go get some breakfast. And I'm like, okay. Like, I hated
I'm
that. Like,
so sorry.
I didn't sleep.
Are you?
I don't remember.
Are you used to it now?
I am. I don't hear it anymore, thank God. I thought everybody, because I know a lot of women who have husbands who snore, and they're like, yeah, no, you're gonna get used to that. And I was like, liar, pants on fire. Like, I'm not gonna get used to it, but I did.
And also, usually you sleep before me, so by the time I fall asleep, you already
That is
deep
true.
sleep.
Can I add into the snoring real quick?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't get used to it. So when Rudy's snoring, I go like this. This is the trick, Shirley. Ready? And he stops.
Really?
Yeah, and he
Just
stops.
a little.
I cannot fall asleep if he's snoring. So I go like this. He stops. I fall asleep, and if he snores, I don't know. I make him stop.
There you go. Just have
Thing
the
is,
trick,
my
really.
love with you, you are very light sleeper.
Oh,
That's true.
Dude, so I have a new job, praise the Lord, thank you, Jesus. But so have been some Fridays that I have to wake up at 4 a.m.
Jeez.
So actually 3:55 to be on for 4 because I work at home. So just 5 minutes to do my bathroom run and whatever. And literally as soon as I get up, he's like, and he stays awake.
wow.
And so I don't.
And
do
I
it.
can go back to sleep, and it sucks.
How about you? What about me?
Well, definitely, I was sold under the idea that she did not snore. So I was like, that's a good balance. But she does. Loud.
Nah.
Oh, I recorded you.
Well, that recording's not as loud as you. I can tell you that.
I recorded you.
Pulls it up.
So yeah. What else? I don't know. It's like when you try to think on the spot, it's
Exactly.
It is tough.
it's just tough.
Hence, next time, send us the questions ahead of time.
I was tricked.
You were tricked?
During our dating time. She tricked me. She deceived me with this. Because this was part of the marketing. This was part of her marketing, right? She was like all about going to the movies with me. She didn't mind. She's not a movie person at all.
That happened with me too.
At all.
He would take me to movie dates. He doesn't watch movies here ever.
I'm like, what happened? No. She would rather watch Grey's Anatomy all over again, an episode that she's seen 100 times, that give a new movie a chance.
I've watched Grey's at least through seasons 1 through 16 at least 12 times.
That's just crazy.
At least.
That's just crazy. And she's like, hey, let's watch some Grey's. I'm like, hey,
I would never watch Grey's.
So
He doesn't watch
exciting.
TV at all.
I would never watch Grey's.
I wish I was
Anatomy.
like that.
No TV he doesn't watch.
So I was tricked. It was like, we will go to the movies all the time. And like, yeah, I like the movie. Lies.
I remember
for
those
you.
times you guys
You
used to watch the movies.
Huh?
I remember those times you guys watched go to the movies.
Yeah. But you never told me the trick about the
Yeah.
heartbeat and the...
Well,
no.
in
Good
Rudy's
one.
defense, he
Come on.
came after we started dating.
Yeah, but still, I should have looked at the same resources on Google that you...
Oh yeah.
We need to do a private mentorship. We need to share... Yeah, we need to share this knowledge to the young generation coming up.
Emmanuel, you learning? Yeah, he says he's learning, guys.
Here's the thing. I know a lot of kids that they think they have game. I'm just going to leave it there.
I hear you.
I'm just going to leave it there. No game at all. So 3 years. 3 babies.
Babies.
How has that been? first year, a baby, and then second to third year, the twins. Boom.
Boom.
How how has that been?
I mean, she always wanted kids. She always told me she wanted a big family. I was kind of on the. I was kind of iffy at first, but that's what she wanted, so I leaned more to what she wanted
Mm.
and gave her what she wanted. She wanted a baby, gave her a baby.
Ah, it was so hard for you, huh?
Not really.
It's so hard. The process is just like, oh, you're gonna, oh, so difficult. Here we go again, right? Such a torture. Oh my god, how difficult. We have to make a baby.
But it was a beautiful thing. We have Naomi. She's 2.5,
Almost 3. Yeah.
almost 3.
Yeah, she decided to come to the world the same day of the day before of my wedding.
Oh,
Same
yeah,
weekend.
yeah,
We
yeah,
celebrate
yeah.
together every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a beautiful thing. Tiffany does an amazing job being a mother to her and the 2 babies. She has great balance in with them, but she has been a blessing. since
Yeah,
she's
but
born.
wait. How did the kids change the whole dynamics? I mean, before kids, I'm assuming is like you can just spontaneously do whatever you want. Now with a kid, it's different. You definitely have to plan around it.
Yeah.
Like how does that change the dynamics? And now with 3, how has that changed the dynamics of your relationship? How do you find time to be a couple? How do you balance it all? You own a business. Tiffany's heavily involved in church. Like all these different hats. How do you guys do it?
Before having the baby, I mean, we used to have a lot of fun. We used to go places, travel, Boston, New York, museums and the zoo. We used to go to the movies. We used to just be free, go out to eat anytime we wanted to. Definitely having a baby on the way was really tough because, having an infant in the beginning is like you can't just take them out anywhere. And it just everything that we wanted to do, we had to do it with a baby. So it definitely changed everything. We couldn't just leave her with just anyone. It was just pretty tough, rough, but we just made her a part of us. If we wanted to go out to eat, we just took her out to eat with us, and we just learned how to enjoy the 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
We just adapted. Yeah. We adapted to having Naomi with us, and we just had fun with her.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
We would literally go on dates with Naomi, and we would take the car seat inside and ask for a seat.
Yeah.
Like, even to fancy restaurants.
Yeah.
You met at work.
Well, I mean, we got married and I was pregnant, so we didn't really have that. Like, it was like, all right, we're married, we're living together, and the baby's gonna come here any day. So I like to say we don't really know what marriage is like without kids. Because I had the baby right away. Dating, super fun. Let's go here, let's go there, but now, thankful to my mom, shout out mom, that she knows that a marriage couples need time for themselves.
Yeah,
so she'll be like, I'll watch the kids. Like, go take an hour, go take 2 hours. So she helps us out with the kids, even the 3 of them, the 3 kids.
At once?
Yeah, once to
Way
take
to go.
I think we had to learn that we can't just do everything with the kids. We do need time for ourselves.
Yeah,
Our
we-
relationship needs one-on-one. We
Yeah.
need quality time with just husband and wife, not just
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A little advice to those who are married and don't have kids. This is just my opinion, throwing it out there. Enjoy your relationship, enjoy your marriage, enjoy that time of being married. That is really important before having a kid, before having children, because it's you get to enjoy that time alone. You know, that one-on-one time, you get to go on vacation. Yeah, you can take children on vacation, but it's different. It's not the same. You know, so just wait a little bit, enjoy that time, a year, 2 years, maybe 3. Get your priorities straight first. You know, financially. Financially is another.
That's huge.
It's a very big thing. Having a baby, it costs money. It's different. It costs
Costs a
money.
lot of money.
It costs money, diapers and
Yeah,
milk,
Matthew.
He's agreeing.
milk and clothes. They
Are you
change.
crying?
But yeah, just get your priorities straight first, and then you can focus on that. That's just my opinion. I would have loved to wait maybe 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years, yeah, definitely.
Maybe 2 or 3 years after marriage, and then have kids.
Okay. In that same sense, I want to have 2-part question, and then Shelly has a question, just because I want to follow up there since we're on the topic. Who usually take the initiative to plan dates?
Tiffany does.
Okay. That's good. And 2, how have the kids actually changed your finances?
Say that again.
Well, we have a financial advisor now
That's good. That's good.
because we were not doing that great of a job.
Hey, well, at least you recognized and got help.
Yeah.
So how did the children?
How does that factor in? How much does it actually hit your income? How much of a change you see? Like, okay, this is how much now is going to the kids.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that is like it comes before anything. It comes even before us eating. You always have to make sure they have food first, and have the proper hygiene stuff like Pampers and like I said earlier, all that costs money. So the money that we used to use on eating out, probably we used to eat out every day,
Yeah.
literally every day. If it wasn't for breakfast, it was going to be for lunch. If it wasn't for lunch, it would definitely be for dinner. So once you have a baby, it's like, hey, we can use that money for the baby stuff. You know, baby clothes and other stuff that baby needs.
All right, babe.
Well, I think you already asked Rudy my question, so I mean, you can go.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Cut.
Well,
No, I didn't.
okay, everybody. I'm just gonna say the question. I'm gonna be like, just say the question. The question was, how is marriage now with a young child and 2 newborns? But that's kind of what I feel like we already talked about that.
No, I think
It's different, actually.
No, okay, then it's just me. I'm sorry.
It's definitely different.
It's different because I knew that once the babies were born, it was going to take a real big hit on Naomi. So I had to like sit down with Rudy and be like, listen, like when the babies are born, you really need to step up and give Naomi extra time because I'm going to be so focused on the babies and this, and that. So it was a lot of, we had a few arguments of, no, but she can't be like that. She's being too much of a baby. And I'm like, yeah, but it's because she has siblings now. So it took a hit, but we learned how to do everything. If we're talking to the babies a special way, I'm like, oh, wait, how's Naomi doing? So we had to learn how to go from 3 to 5. It was a lot. It is a lot. So now with Naomi, I have to include her in everything I do with the babies. And then when Rudy comes home, he spends his time with her before, coming to help me and rescue me from 3 kids.
Is Naomi a good big sister?
She is now.
Ah.
In the beginning, she was pretty jealous. She was super nice to the babies, but she was like mean to us, I guess. That's how she took it. So she'd be like, I don't like mommy, I don't like daddy. And then she'd like the babies. But now she loves her babies. She loves her mom. She loves her dad. She's doing good.
I love that baby.
All right. We're gonna go to the next section. Do you guys have any goals?
Yeah, we actually are working on financial goals. We have long-term goals financially, short-term goals. We're aiming at paying off our debt.
That sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
We have a family debt we're trying to tackle. We was careless for these past 5 years, 4 years. Very careless financially until we was like, what is going on? We got kids now. We got to start being more serious and start thinking about our future and not just living day for day.
Okay. Are there any goals spiritually?
Spiritually, yeah. I'm planning on building her a studio so she can reach out to the world with her voice, her music, and her ministry. I believe in her ministry is very powerful, and I'm gonna focus on that this year to build her studio. And we are also planning on doing like helping other relationships. Kind of what we're doing like right now, but like more intimate. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Right now we took a little pause from kind of the world because of the babies. It's really a lot.
Understandable.
And it takes a lot of time and it's just a lot of energy, a lot of time, and if we focus on a little bit of the outside world, it's gonna lose focus on our home, which is I feel like it's important because once our home is good, then we can reach out to others.
Good. Do you guys have any individual goals?
Why do I always gotta talk first and talk?
I'm thinking.
Okay, yeah, I have an individual goal. My goal is I want to start helping again men in general with like daily living, day-to-day things. That's one of my real main goals. I have a business goal to expand my company, hire more people, and grow as a company owner.
For me, I am going to take advantage of this COVID season and try to start doing some classes online to get my career moving. I'm not going to say what it is yet.
Okay.
But
That's fine.
yes, I'm gonna try to start taking some classes.
That's good. That's good. So far, did this whole experience meet your expectation, exceed your expectation, or was it anything that you imagined was still a great experience? Meaning, at least for me, and I think for other people that I've talked in the past, you kind of come into marriage thinking that you got it. You gotta figure it out. It's not gonna be that difficult because you're wise. Like Anthony, you know your Bible. I mean, you are
We're the
relatable. You know how to control your emotions. You're great with people. And when I got married, it was like, wow, it's not the same dealing with people. It's not the same arguing when you're boyfriend and girlfriend when you just each one of you just go to each other's house.
Oh, yeah.
Than when you have to sleep on the same bed and you have to figure it out. So how has that been expectation wise? Like, was it different than you imagined? Like married now and what you thought marriage was gonna be?
Yeah, for some reason, it's like it definitely changes from being girlfriend and boyfriend. You get into an argument, you can just go home and wait it out. Wait it out. You can break up for like a day or two, and even the third day, or even a week without talking. But like now that we're married, like you can't just. You're not supposed to just break up and not talk. It's just different now, especially if you're following the word of God. The Bible talks about not going to sleep angry. Don't let anger, go to the next day. Forgiveness. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, it talks about love. Love forgives. Love never gives up. So if if we're ever in a fighting thing, we should learn how to forgive. We did have many, many battles. I've slept on a couch a few times, but I learned from that. We learned from that, and it just helped us become stronger, helped us to better understand us, and it's definitely different. Definitely changed, my way of thinking of marriage. That it was easy. The Bible even talks about that when you get married, there's going to be many, many troubles. In 1 Corinthians chapter 7, if you read it.
My last question. I don't know if my wife has a last question too, but my last question is: what are conversations you wish you had before you got married?
Um, I guess it's always so important to talk about money, talk about jobs, like talk about who's responsible for what, how is the situation, what's gonna be like our day-to-day life, like what's the routine gonna look like, who's supposed to do what, who's responsible, like I said this already, but who's responsible for what, and then before having kids, you should have a conversation about kids. Are we ready for kids? What does our money look like for kids? How are we going to do the kids? Are we going to have a babysitter? Are we both going to work? Who's going to stay home? Like all this needs to be talked about before getting married. Because if you're not ready, there will be some battles.
There'll be some surprises.
Yeah.
Baby, anything you want to add to that? Any conversation which we had before we got
Oh
married?
yes. So I think there's a lot of people out there that were in our position. Our accounts, I had the understanding that you don't combine bank accounts. Like you just don't do it. Like you're supposed to I was taught you have your own money, he has his own money. If anything goes wrong, then you have your safety net, which partially I still kind of believe. I mean, but I have a career, I have a job, then if anything were to go bad, I know that I'm not going to be totally lost, right, in my situation. But at the beginning of our marriage, that was legit our first major argument. Like, no, we have to, like his thing was, we have to combine our accounts. We're married. And me, I was like, no, my money is my money and your money is your money. And, a lot of people don't know this, but like, one of the biggest reasons why I was arguing that was because Mr. Aquino over here was in negative and in red all the time.
I was bad with money.
He was bad. And my accounts, I wasn't, filthy rich. I wasn't rich, but like I was always in green. So I'm like, why am I going to sacrifice my money for you?
Yeah.
And the thing is, obviously, we worked through it. Now, we're doing the Ramsey way. Shout out to Dave Ramsey. Wow, I'm giving so many shout outs today. But, we're doing the Ramsey way. We're doing our snowball effect. And yes, now we combine our accounts. And I see there's so much peace when you combine your accounts, but that's for another, a conversation for another day. But like, I wish that was one conversation we actually had before we got married.
Yeah, definitely money is a big one. Because I came with debt too, and she had no debt at all. So it's like, so you mean to tell me that now I have to use my resources to help you pay your debt that you got into? And yes, the answer is yes, because I know we're not the only one going through that. If you are married and you don't talk money and your husband or your wife has debt, it becomes both of your problems.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's always easier, and we lived that from experience. It's always easier tackling those problems together.
Yeah.
We got out of debt. I mean, we have paid already over 30 grand in debt.
Yep.
In the span of a year and a half.
Wow.
Thank God. But if I was going to do it alone with just my income, that wasn't going to happen. Because then, well, I'm the man, so I have to pay all the bills or whatever. And then, hey, can you spot me with this? Can you pay that? It was so difficult. Talking about money just gave us a lot of tension all the time.
And I want to add on something to Rudy said about finances, about with kids. And it's like, right now, Tony and I, we don't have any children. We want children. But we're choosing to put it on hold right now because of our finances. And the Loves know, they definitely know that, for many years, for the past 3 years that we've been married, it's like, well, I want my kid now. I'm like, I want my kid. And he's like, no, we're not ready.
We're not money ready.
We're not money ready. I'm like, I don't care. Everyone else does it without money. And he was like, yeah, but we're not everyone else.
Yeah.
That's factual.
So
and you have to learn from other people's experience, right?
no, and it's true, and and I just, and it's like Tiffany was saying to you, we have to have these conversations, and it's important. It took me 2.5 years to understand my husband's, viewpoint of we need to be, we want to bring a kid in and not be super stressed. I mean, I feel like kids are stressful anyway, but you don't want that burden of like, how am I supposed to buy my baby's diapers this week? Or how am I supposed to, oh my goodness, I can't afford this. I can't afford that.
That definitely not ruins relationships, but that interferes with your relationship, definitely.
Yeah, it could add stressors and stuff. And so that's what I wanted to say. It's important to have these conversations.
Yeah, and lastly, in my case, it was just ministry. Ministry was a conversation that I wish we had more in depth. How much ministry demands from me, and how much that leaks into my marriage, and how difficult it is to keep the balance. I mean, I get calls from people at all times, and have to work in setting boundaries and make sure that if they, after a certain time, you have to be dying for you to call me. Don't call me to find out if there's service tomorrow. Like, call somebody else. Go on Facebook. I don't know. Do something. So having that conversation about ministry or my social life, or I was a social bug. I was out there all the time. I was never at my house, and going from that to like I'm married now, have to, I'm not me. I'm an us. That was a hard change the first year for me. So those are conversations that are good to have before you get married, in my opinion.
Yeah. Definitely.
Loves, thank you so much. Yes. And any final thoughts? Any final message to people out there thinking about marriage or having kids or dating or
opening a business?
Yeah, I mean, in this dating stage, my advice would be if I was to put myself in this time, in this era right now, I would say that I wouldn't try to rush into anything. I would like just be friends with a person, conversate with them, and yeah, you have a goal. Yeah, you want to, be intimate with somebody. You want to have a relationship with them. You want to get married someday. But I would put all that to the side, and to the back. It's there. What you want. Your goals. But just have fun. Have fun with somebody. Get to know them. Become their friend. And allow that relationship to flourish on its own. Day by day. Take things day by day and don't rush anything. Another thing for us men is, women tend to get scared away if we start showing too much emotions. And we want to tell them, hey, I'm looking for marriage. And, that kind of scares, some women away. Would you agree?
Like if you're like me,
fast, yeah.
If you're like me, so within the week you're already saying I love you, that's bad.
I mean, some girls, they like, wow, I love you too. It all depends on, it all depends on the situation. And
you're gonna have my babies second date.
Yeah. You gotta just take it easy, take things one day at a time, and just become their friend. Get to know them.
Yeah, Tiffany.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I would say get to know the person, but get to know yourself.
Yes.
Before committing to someone. Get to know who you are. What do you like? What do you want to be in life? Like, don't get into, my baby's crying. Don't get into a super committed, super serious relationship without knowing who you are first. What am I going to do in life? Where am I going to go? What do I want? What do I want to do for work? How many kids do I want? Know yourself before getting into before getting into even a relationship, not just marriage, but find yourself. I know it's cliche, but seriously, do it.
Wifey?
I had something and I can't remember. But no, yeah, going with Tiff, it is so important to know what you want. Just because, yes.
Just because, yes.
I can't, I'm not trying to sound deep or anything. It's just, I can speak from personal experience. It's just, don't do things because you think, one, for all my Latinas out there, don't think that you have to be married at 23 because all your friends are married at 23.
Come on, somebody.
Don't, and we see these memes all the time that are talking about, oh, Latinas have to have kids, they're expected to have kids by the time, they're 22, 21, because our moms did the same thing. And it's like, don't let the pressures of the outside and what everyone else is doing in their lives dictate and make you miserable. Mm-hmm. Because I can tell you that made me miserable. Like, I would compare myself to even Tiff. Like, I'm like, yo, like, my goal was to do this by this time. And Tiffany's going along in that schedule, but it's not my schedule. Like, what's going on? And even with my own mom, like, my mom had a kid. I think she had my oldest brother when she was 22. I'm already 25 and still don't have a kid. So it's like, just be yourself, figure out what makes you you. And if you're in your 20s, I feel like us ladies in our 20s, I'm starting to understand this now that I turned 25. Like, 20s really is the decade where you figure yourself out.
Yeah.
Like, I got to a point, like, you learn, like, wait, I don't like that. Just because my friends like that, I don't have to like that. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. It's okay to say no. It's okay not to like that boy because he likes you. And it's okay to question things. Like, don't think you have to have all the answers, because guess what? Nobody does. Okay, I'm done. Jesus.
No, that was good. That was so good.
How about you, Mr. Aquino? Love.
In my case, I will say a few things. One, guys, you have to be ambitious. You have to be ambitious in the good sense of the word. You have to have goals. You have to want to grow career-wise, financially, anything, everywhere. You just wanna grow, because you're supposed to be the model in your relationship. You wanna have your money figured out before you even propose.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
I know people that they took a loan out to buy an engagement ring. I don't think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
You should not be
totally
borrowing money to just get the ring. What you gonna do with the house? What you gonna do with the food? What you gonna do with the wedding? That's a whole separate video that we're gonna have to talk about.
Oh my God.
Planning a wedding. I mean, that's money, and you have to have a plan for that. And I'm like my wife. I'm not gonna try to sound deep, but if you are a guy and you are a man of God or want to be a man of God, you have to make sure your vision is big enough that her vision can fit perfectly into your vision.
Amen.
And what I mean by that is, when the Bible says that our wives or our women are helpers, it doesn't mean that they're there just to serve us. They have a purpose of their own. They have a calling of their own, and they're not necessarily supposed to follow us in the sense that they just have to do. Like, they have the individuality, they have the personal calling. So when you have a vision, make sure you can scale that vision so they can fulfill their dreams within your vision, and there's still that unity in that. So I think those are important things, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for having
Thank you, loves. Thank you for the twins. The only one missing was Naomi. Thank you, the guys in the camera. Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Emmanuel. He debuted earlier. He made his debut. This is a great team. We have to do this some other time. Soon.
Yes.
Soon. Talk about wedding. How to save money for a wedding.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
And how not to overpay for a wedding.
Oh God.
Yeah.
We did.
Thank you, guys. Subscribe. Keep dislike, share, comment, whatever. Just do it. Just do it.